Good evening, everybody. It's like everybody. It's quiet. There's nobody in here but me. Oh nope, there's Don. Hey Don, how's it going? I was like, wow, there's nobody in here but me.
Hi, Don.
But I was wrong.
You're somebody to me, even if you're not to
Well,
him.
Don wasn't there, and then as soon as I was saying it, he popped up, and I was like, oh, and there's Don. So that was cool. Let's go in. He said, hello, boss.
How's your weekend treating you?
How was the show? The show was slow. It was pretty slow. Baby did really well. But it was slow. Slow for her too. She's like, oh, it's so slow. I'm like, I know. But I was able to meet some new people. I met Howard Chaykin for the first time, and we actually kicked it off pretty well. And I met, oh my goodness, what's his name? Why? Hold on.
Shintaka?
What?
I don't know. That's the name I remember. But, like, it's just got a lot of
No.
consonant. And I don't mean Peter.
I mean, did I tell you about them?
Yes, today.
It was Howard Chaykin.
That's the one.
Yeah, no, we talked about it. I was just like, Howard
What's
Chaykin.
the other guy?
Walter Simonson.
Yeah, not that guy.
Yeah.
And the girl's name?
Louise.
Yeah, not her.
It
was Shaken.
Cal Dodd? Cal Dodd? I guess Dodd? D-O-D-D? Dodd? Oh, Dodd? What do you think?
How do you spell it?
D-O-D-D.
Yeah.
Dodd? Cal Dodd? So the voice of Wolverine. I got to meet the voice of Wolverine. And apparently someone who bought my work took it over to him to get signed, and he was taken by my Wolverine. And so I went over and talked to him, and we talked, and I gave him my contact info, and was just like, hey, if you ever need anything, let me know. And he was very cool. And then I got a picture. He allowed me to have a picture. We found out that he was also the voice of Slappy, and my kid enjoyed that. So it was a really good show to meet people because it was so slow. But he's in tight. Weekend was okay. Worked Saturday. Got to see one of my daughter's photo and exhibit at an art gallery in the high school show. That's nice. Gesundheit.
He may have been outside for a while.
And he's like, he may have been outside for a little bit too long. Alright, so I think we need to do this one. Yeah. Alright. So 4. Going through the pages because I know I need to. I don't want necessarily all these colors. So, like, having one is fine, but we're gonna adjust these colors. Alright, let's go to 1. Make sure we can close things that we don't need. Okay, so that one's good. Good. This one was good. Good. This one, because we're outside in the sky. Good. This one, also good. I want to change that one. This one is also good. Alright, but we need to go to one of the later pages. So page, this one. Nope, not that one. How about this one? Also no. good as we want, but it's okay. We'll fix some of it. Here. Let's see what the colors are. So I know I want to change this one and this one. So come in here, wand. That one. Here, we'll drop this a little bit. Like so. Perfect. Then we're going to come over here. I think it's perfect. What is... Okay. Back here, and we'll take this color. Hey, Skip! Keeping it from being quiet Sunday. I know. Owen Lurk. What's up, AG? Tell Owen I said hi. Oh, I now know why the convention is called Big Lick Con.
Why?
So apparently, and this is going from him, I have not done any research to fact check anything, but apparently the original name for Roanoke was Big Lick from the Native Americans, because the Roanoke River runs through the town that he is from, and they called it Big Lick, and he has a lot of Cherokee in his family, and he honestly was just like, I thought it was cool, so I called it Big Lick because of the birthplace of the convention. That's what he said. That's what the showrunner said. Have you always had that chair? No, I have not always had this chair. I have not. My chair was... the hydraulics weren't working. So I would sit in it and I would so slowly shrink down. But I did always have a gaming chair. So there was that, but the other one I would sit on it and then just dip. It's weird. Alright, let's see what that looks like. That looks good. So we're gonna save that. Okay, sorry Photoshop being all slow. Here, going to finished. Retro. Is that page 5? Is that what JPEG. Page is page 5, so 5. Save over it. Say yes. Awesome. How you doing, Skip? How's your weekend? Border. Pretty quiet. It's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Darker so that pops. Come here. Oh no! Oh, it's the same color. That's why. Okay, we can't do that then. There we go. Oh, really? Triple digits in the first few hours after posting. Wow. That's awesome. Really? Twitter and DeviantArt. Nice. Well, maybe. I mean, maybe that's go for it. That's it. Just be like, you know what? This is now my super focus. Although, you know, nothing like still being able to dabble with the Crimson Fly. But I'm just saying, you know, I understand how that's gonna force you to dedicate a lot of time. Well, not a lot, but you will second guess whether or not you should be doing anything else with another project. That's true. Well, it doesn't come from the other account at all. From the Crimson Fly one, or from your alt account? Okay. Okay. Really? Well, yeah, that's true. Right. I was about to say, I'm like, really? I'm like, oh wait, no, you, you do have that going. So it doesn't really matter, you know. That's the fun part. One of the things that I've realized is that having that, if it doesn't burn you out, like having the steady paycheck, if that doesn't burn you out, you'll be able to do whatever you want, and it's pretty cool. And you're just like, oh, I want to do.
Bad news. I don't remember what it was.
Well, that is bad news.
Yeah, I forget. I have to find it. Not now. Later.
It's closed. We don't need that one. And we don't need that one. Okay, so now we've made it to 7. Icon. 5 months paid vacation every year. Yeah. Option of sabbatical every 6 years. Yep. Oh man, I forgot.
What?
I have to check when my sabbatical, like when I can actually apply for it, because it's gonna be a lot sooner than I thought. And unlike other teachers, I will find some way to use that sabbatical. Start an animation career. Teaching is okay. That's true. Well, I mean, some people just don't see that. Oops. You know, they there's a lot of glitz and glamour to doing anything in the entertainment industry, so. But a lot of people also, they don't really get to see all the behind the scenes awfulness. Let's tone down that orange just a little bit. buffer needs to go above. That's too much. See, it doesn't really work because he's orange. You know what? Just give him this bright color right here. Page 9. Oh, oof. But let's see, what do we got? But also, you know, one person studio over here. Need a studio to fill in the gaps. True. Extra thing that works in the moment. Works. See, the same to last year. Piece. I guess it's publication filler. Do very well, and then it did. Hold account, but ignore because. Oh, you do more things. Yeah. And more of that. I mean, that's probably the best thing. To give the people more of what they want. Oh yeah. See, this panel needs attention. Okay, first we put the paper on top. Then we go down to these. Want it. That'll be a light color. This color. I really think we could probably even get rid of this one. Not necessarily get rid of it, but make it nice and dark as they're all charging, right, to make them stick out. And then that can stay a little bit orange because it's, but I do want to tone it down. Yoshi video, yeah. I mean, I think that was fair, though. I really do. I think it was fair to threaten you with failure if you didn't finish that Yoshi animation. Got me monetized. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's very fair, you know? So, I think, I mean... It got me monetized on YouTube. I mean, let's be absolutely 100% honest. You know, that's what they wanted from you, and then you're like, nah, I don't want to give that to you. You don't deserve it. So, but I think that it's good that you can see that now and jump on it. Especially, well, I mean, if you're getting triple digits, man, jump on that quick and just keep doing it. %100 on that one. Why? Because of the linkage, or page 10. Can't talk about. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, all over the place. What kind of lotion do you want? Smell good or not smell good?
Smell good.
You said what?
Smell good. Because there's some in here, but I figured it was yours, like the
No, it's Daddy's extra. You can use it. That's exactly what I was going to use. Yep, use that one. Smell good.
trying to be more hygienic or something. Oh, sorry.
4.
If I
Oh, there's
fix-
a new
if
rule
I
in our
fix
house.
this
You
one.
can't gamble while you're ashy.
Yeah. That's obviously why I'm putting on lotion. Yeah, I made that rule.
Oh, you made that rule?
Yeah,
Well, Ty was.
because I was making fun of Sean for being ashy. He said he's not ashy.
That's hilarious.
So,
Uh,
and then I made Mommy confirm that Sean was in fact ashy.
His feet were in fact ashy. Not as bad as they have been, but
I'm gonna
definitely.
far enough away that I'll essentially be starting from scratch to skip. Yeah, but you might be surprised though. You know what I mean? The people might be primed for that kind of content.
What kind of content? What's happening?
We're talking about Skip's Crimson Fly and his Comics, his animated comics.
Sounds cool.
It is cool.
So, what makes it like an animated comic, but not just like a...
Well, it's really he has like an interactive comic, and the idea is there'll be a little bit of animation, and then you can push a button, and then another panel will come up, and you can read it, you push another button, another one, and then you push a button, and then some animation happens, you push another one, and the panel comes out. It's really cool.
That's actually really cool. Well, not like actually like that. I can't believe you came up with a good idea, but actually like, I didn't know what you were saying. I just have to show them the route.
I don't think that I don't think anyone took it that way.
Well, but when you say that's actually really cool, or you actually did a really good job, it has a negative connotation. And that's not how I meant it to come across.
Having a side passion project adjacent to whatever my niche is ends up being, yeah, it's fair. Thinking that I need to turn this around though.
How do you say moisturize when this is too short?
I think at the convention level I can do 3D printing. But online there's enough 3D sculptors that market no problem. Yeah. Yeah. I can agree with that. Or you need to find, if you wanted to do 3D, if you wanted to do 3D sculpting and stuff like that, what would be the difference? Like what would you know what I mean? It's like what would you bring differently? And I think that would be how you would change that if you're like, oh, I really want to be a 3D sculptor. Yes. Oh, it's bad. So I'm hearing that X-Men is the truth. I heard that it's pulling on people's nostalgia, character love. I guess I actually need to start watching the episodes, because I was like, hopefully they'll release it all and I can just binge it all at one time. But apparently there's so many points of topic that I need to start watching it. It'd be moving prints would be awesome.
Sorry, go over stop.
So I mean, if that's where you're going, I think that would be great. It's this red stuff. Not that dark. I think we'll do that instead. Maybe a little bit darker. No, I need a little bit lighter. Alright. She's down, one to go. Oh, nice. You're killing it. Okay. Let's go. Let's tend to handle scopes. Most these are basically creating animation rings. Locking them in one pose.
No, I just need you to relax your
And maybe scopes. I will, I'm all here for being the guinea pig. All here for that. I want to cut this. This guy's got to be my next sticker. That's what's going to happen. I like that. He's going to be my next sticker. Next sticker. Alright, saving. Currently just doing last minute. I knew I was going to want to fix these background colors, so.
Are you working on that book?
Yes. It is done. I could have sent it to. Well, the art was done. But I knew that I wanted to unify those backgrounds a little better. I already shared Mr. House one on Discord. There, two, once they're both completed. Awesome. Yeah, I've been away at a convention, so I haven't been much online. You need to watch X-Men 97. Okay. I was like, okay. Alright. I hear you. I mean, it looks good, right? Like, it looked good, and I was like, alright, we need to watch this. It's gonna be good. But, I don't know. I was just like, I'll wait till the whole thing comes out, because, I was one of the people who was super happy when they introduced like all these streaming services to where I didn't have to wait week after week after week to get another episode. And yet, here we are, week after week, waiting for the episodes. Her brain. It's really good. All right. Ooh, no. Nope. Nope.
You want to have Dad's chat?
Hi. Oh, thanks. I was like, see that?
Tell him you had a trifecta of fast food today.
Overthinking blender and not getting
Down's breakfast.
Oh, you're right.
much done as I did last year. Okay. So get over that. Looking forward.
Same reason you get them on your face.
Looking forward to seeing what you do with it. Yes. In the face.
I keep even using like the acne stuff on there and just come back.
We can make your
Or
dermatologist appointment.
forever. Jimmy.
What?
You don't want to know.
Okay. Okay, good. Panorama online prints. Ooh. Convention print.
What?
Just travels through the scene. Nice.
No.
You need to work on your physics. I'm sorry.
Do you need to work on your physics? No. Are you sure?
I didn't say I didn't need to work on it.
Okay.
I said look at it.
Oh, my bad.
That's how they say
I
it. How they
said
say
I
it.
help him out. Well, I said I'd pretend I still remember what's going on in physics.
Yes, I came up to get him.
I'll send for you.
Yeah, we both will be confused together.
Alright.
Misery loves company.
Okay. Let's go, Butch. And then I can do my freak out.
Oh, I'm great at freak out. I know all about it.
I know all about the pre-cal.
It's got numbers. That's about it.
You 2D print, not a 3D sculpture. Hmm. You doing social? Yeah. That'd be.
Was Joshua here?
That would be
Was Joshua
interesting.
here?
He was.
He went back
Why are
downstairs.
you calling me?
I did not mean to do. I was just on your thing.
I know, it's funny.
You take the main
no,
figure
He was
and 3D
came to get ties so they
print
could
them
go
as a
do
sculpt.
his history
What?
homework.
So you gets rendered
Said
into
you
2D
wanted
image.
to
Oh,
talk
that's
about
cool.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Because right now I want you to take a shower and go to bed. Because it's already past your bedtime. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh no. What's that all about? Before that, I need to make my 3D process more casual and more streamlined. Yeast. Sculpt a week. Can't resume. I mean, I guess they all have their benefits, though. You know, like especially if you're like, hey, I want to post this content. Putting stuff out in a week's not really bad. But I guess the long term, if you're trying to do something with it, right? So I can see your dilemma. My style. This one. Studio mentality. Crazy with my stuff. Meet you the other day. Okay. from scratch with new. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, just likes it. Whatever. Make it easier for you to make. Yeah. I mean, smarter, not harder.
My motto.
It's a good motto. I'm really looking forward to seeing how you move forward with your progress for these. I'm very interested indeed. Long, yep. Where is it going to be promoting it and promoting it consistently? Yeah. Oh, apparently I missed some things and clean up. But in the end, what I really hope is that it forces you to come out to more conventions. conventions. Yeah. I just found out about one in Shenandoah. I was like, Shenandoah convention? Then come here, come here. Fix some stuff up I missed. Rid of this. There's another one here. Now that we put that back in, with merch for conventions rather than just free spirit. You know who really likes hearing you say that you're going to be doing merch?
Me, I've been saying and asking for merch for about a decade.
It really been that long?
I don't know. How long have I known Skip? Because it's been that long.
AI days? He went away, was able to graduate, get his master's, get a job. Yeah. Better watch out. He said, yeah, it's literally been too long. Page 15. Yup. Done. You okay?
Just it.
16's good. Low. Might be able to drop this down a wee bit. Love you too.
Ow. Ow.
No, I think we can do that. We'll leave it. 16, 17. 17's fine. 18. I think we're getting to the point now they're just good and fine. Nope, there's a green one there. Don't need green. Not that it really matters, but it does matter to me.
Found it. Filled it. Finally found it.
Bye.
My head hurts.
I'm
Love you.
sorry. Do you need some medicine?
There's some upstairs.
Okay. Love you. Oh. Oh. Oh, she definitely bounced out. I can relay the message, but she's gone. No, but it's been on my desk and my kids have. If that makes you feel any better. I'll make sure she sees it though. Oh, so get this. So I'm starting a new thing on my YouTube channel. You can bet. Yeah, it's probably true. So something I wanted to play around with for quite some time is asking questions to, you know, my collective of artists that I know in the industry and stuff like that, right? Tapping into the vast knowledge that I have with a whole bunch of different people. And it was slow today, and I had a lot of people lined up. But then, yeah, it so happens when you have like Walter Simonson and Louise Simonson on your list, and they've already agreed to it, told you to come back at around 3, but then they have a line after they came back from lunch. You know, I'm like, look, I'm not about to be like, hey, I'm here for this interview, you guys gotta wait. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But they were like, yeah, we'll do that. And they're like, well, if you're at Baltimore, we'll schedule a time, that way you can get the interview, because they were very intrigued by the process of what I was talking about. But I got Sarah Meyer to participate. She was really cool. She was my like booth neighbor, so she was really cool. But the one person that I got that is already my like strong, hey, look, I got a big timer to do it, was Howard Chaykin. So I got Howard Chaykin to do this interview. It was like almost like 25 minutes interview. It was really cool. And I asked 10 questions, and he just went back and forth. It was cool. So just asking a lot of... Yep. And just asking things about, you know, based on industry, like what do you need? How should people prepare? What's the thing that you really wanted? I asked Sarah, how should one go about, in her opinion, how should one go about obtaining their style? You know, because so many of the students are like, oh, I'm looking for my style. So it was like, all right, let's see what one of the professionals has to say about you trying to find a style. And it was perfect. I was like, huh. So it was really cool. I can't wait to start showing people. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'll be busy in a lot of different shows. So I gotta see, what's my next show? Technically my next show is Tidewater. So I need to find out. I need to find out who's going. Yes. 20. See? Way too much saturation in all of these. And then, oh my goodness, it was really cool. So it's a person that I always see at shows, you know, and we talk and stuff like that, but we're not like, hey, you know, we're cool and buddies, but we're always cordial towards each other. And we start talking. He comes by the table because he was walking around before the show started, and he comes around. Ooh, oh no. Yeah, that orange is definitely got to stay there. And he comes around, and then he's like, yeah, man, so your series on Is It Worth It, right? Those reviews are great, and I really like the ones on the Five Below. And I'm like, what is happening? People are actually watching my stuff. It was nice. It was nice to hear that. So I'm like, oh well, guess I better jump back on it. So it was good. It's always nice when something comes around and people are just like, oh man, I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. You're like, oh yeah. So I was very happy about that. And then now with this new series, I really think people will start liking, because the questions will change over time, right? Because as I was getting answers from some of the people, I was like, ooh, you know what would be a good question? You mentioned this. I'll ask that to a different person. So based on what you said, I'm going to ask someone else about fill in the blank. So should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. All the work. And then I was like, for the past couple years, I've been saying, it's like, man, I got to quit my job just so that I can do all the stuff that I want to do. But like you said, teaching is nice. Like, teaching's so nice and so comfortable. Like, I don't want to lose that. Guess you just gotta wait for it to blow up. Like, now you're super successful. Overnight sensation that you've been working on for 10 years. Yay. Ew. Oh, look at all those colors. Why? Why do all these colors exist? He's being choked. We need to teach more about how to play the long game. Yeah. But I mean, okay, so let's be honest. That's really hard in today's like society, because we have all this instant gratification, and so it's really, really hard to be like, hey, here's, think about this. Think about how you can set this up and do this. Like you said, planning for the long game, because most people just, they're not ready for that. Which is sad, but it's true, What are we redeeming? Ninja 3 the Domination? All right. So it was just redeemed to talk about Ninja 3: The Domination. And let me tell you, Miss Ebony's not here to hear it or to be angry by the fact that Ninja 3: The Domination is what we're about to talk about. That is my movie. Like, I love this movie so much so that my friends will buy me the remastered Blu-ray of this movie. It is by far one of the most bananas movie that is out there. I 100% love it. It's got like, so it's got Breakin', The Exorcist, a ninja movie, cop show. It's all like stuffed into one. And one of the best parts about that movie is they don't care. Yeah, we're gonna take that off. It's driving me crazy. So at the beginning of the movie, the funny part about the beginning of the movie is it starts, we see a guy crawls off into a mountain, and then inside the mountain there's this gigantic rock. He pushes the gigantic rock, and it is this huge light table. Does it have BMX stunts? No, but it does have gymnastics fighting. Not gymkata, but it's got some gymnastic like flip over kicks and you know, doing something on the pole, the like the vault and stuff. So it does have some of that, but no BMX stunts. No. But like I said, so he opens this gigantic rock, right? And in the gigantic rock that he just pushes open is this huge light table that has nothing but ninja weapons. Just weapons. More weapons than anyone could actually hold on their person, but just weapons, right? And then we see this ninja like leave. And then it cuts to the like, well, I guess hours later, because it was like it was dusk when he got in there. And then it cuts to this golf course in the day. People are already golfing, so it's like the middle of the morning. And then this guy hits, we don't even know who it is, right? This guy just hits his ball over somewhere. Oh, it's amazing. You gotta watch it. It's not good by any means, but it is a fun ride. And right, he picks up the ball. He goes to go pick up the ball, and the ninja walks over real quick and he grabs it. And the guy's like, "Hey, buddy, give that back!" And he crushes golf ball. Remind you, it's a golf ball. And he takes it in his hands and he just crushes it. And he turns it to dust, right? And then he goes and murders the entire golf like place. Just kills everything that moves. And then apparently the entire like police squad shows up. He kills them. Then helicopters show up and he finds himself on top of it and he kills that. He's running around like he's on top of a police car and they're shooting shotgun shells at him. He punches through the top of the police car to knock the person out who's driving. It's crazy. Goldfinger, maybe that's an homage, maybe. I mean, and that's like the opening 20 minutes of the movie. It gets crazier as the movie progresses. But that's the first movie that my dad and I watched, right? Like together. And I've held on to that forever. It is just one of those movies that I know is not a good movie, but I never get enough of that movie. I will watch it all the time because I love that movie. I love it. So saturated. Ninja 3 Treasure. That movie is bananas. I love that movie. I think before the release of the Kickstarter, I'm gonna have a Ninja 3 The Domination viewing party over on the Discord channel. And we can just be amazed at how just crazy that movie is. But it has Sho Kosugi in it, right? Like, it has the ninja. And so it's got so much goodness. And 80s trailers make everything sound better. No matter how crappy a movie could be, those 80s trailers made you want to watch every movie. You're basically just drug dealers. You're not lying. The bad part is you are not lying. Like, you're just a drug dealer. It's like, what? No. Seven. Kaboosh. I think this is my favorite panel, my favorite page. Which reminds me, I have another page I have to fix. I have to fix this page. Or can I get away with it? They're not there. Yeah, I think I'll have to change that. Oh, but I don't want to. It's going to be crazy. I think we're going to leave it. It's talking to me. No. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave it because in one panel they'll never know. They'll know, but I won't. Yeah, whatever. All right, 28. Yeah, she said her head hurt.
What's up? How's it going?
What's going on? James Hong. He's in everything. Yep. It's Ninja Wade. Aerobic instructor break into Electric Boogaloo becomes possessed by the spirit of an evil ninja when she comes to his aid, and then it was shot down. Yeah. Yeah. It's like Ninja Green Lantern. Yeah, just possessed evilly, though. Because she goes and murders a whole bunch of police officers. That is literally how I'm going to explain it now. It's like the ninja... Wait, maybe Black Lantern. The Ninja Black Lantern. That's how that works. That's amazing. I watched Battleship. I guess yes. Oh no, if you made it through Battleship, you can make it through Ninja 3 The Domination and actually like it.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I love that movie. I love it, but I understand that it's... I mean, literally, what I just read, aerobics instructor becomes possessed by the spirit of an evil ninja when she comes to his aid after he was shot down. That's the movie.
Oh.
And then, well, if you liked Battleship, you'll be fine. If you, that's the first, like, 30 minutes of the movie. And then it just goes crazier after that.
That's interesting.
So, I love that movie. I love it so much. These double page spreads.
Oh yeah.
And just lots
It
of
obliterated.
yeah, nothing but obliteration going on there. But see, okay, so my favorite, this next panel, and what page was it? 27? Nope. 28. I want to show you my favorite two pages. So this one, I really like this page. And then, is it this one? And this one. Like, these are my two favorite pages.
Fun.
He is so bloody.
It's hard beating up people.
It's hard.
You'd never understand.
Alright, so those are good. Dead people. Okay. 36. From Discord 2 years ago. Once united, they are unstable. To defeat them, you must draw your strength from the future and your past. See beyond the illusion of the world. Then gather your vision, take a stand, and in rising above this life, you will conquer them with all the power. What are the 5 element ninjas up to these days? Drug dealing, of course. It's really bad. They normally are just, they're just mob bosses. Like, yeah, we're just gonna peddle some drugs. Lots and lots of drugs.
Oh yeah.
Ninjas. Drug dealers. Ah, why is this one here? I know I still have that there. Okay. I guess I got 39 and 40 here. Okay. So, alright, so we got all of our pages there ready to go. Now it's all about just coming in and lettering them, which I'm not about to bore you guys with, so we're going to do something else. $20. Graphic novel. So just like any other one, it'll be $20. Or you can get the digital version once it's done. It'll be way less than that. I'm hoping that with the Kickstarter I can add 8 pages of sketchbook in the back of it. So a nice 48-page book. Alright, now we're gonna go to... Ooh, you know what? Now that this... I think when I have the book in hand, I'll do a... Hey, look at the first comic that I ever did. And look at what I did now. I don't know which one will be better. Look at that.
Hello, hello.
So I think once I do the lettering and I send the book off to get to where I can get it practiced, yeah, not what am I looking for? I don't know. I'm trying to get a copy before the official print, and I forgot. There's a term for it, but I'm completely drawing a blank right now. Just drawing a blank. I'll do a review of the first comic I ever did.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll do them like, okay, see, we got a little better, right? Just a little bit, baby.
A little better, right?
Just a little bit. Maybe. Come on, please.
Oh no, what the heck?
World. I remember we were doing this world building. That was fun. We're gonna bring back World Building Wednesday.
No.
No, it's just Watercolor Wednesday.
You can, only if you world build in watercolor.
Oh my goodness. A world build in watercolor? What are you, crazy?
Oh my god, I made the same mistake again.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
I used a square bracket instead of a parentheses.
See, I'm gonna have to start letting people use some of these crazier weapons that I made one day.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna make some more crazy weapons too. What is this? This was fun. See, when we were doing world building and I was making weapons, I think the problem was that I didn't actually make it more concise, right? So I was just going, hey, I'm doing random like world building, and I was just like, maybe we'll do weapons today. Maybe we'll do this building today. I think that if I make some specific, this is the town or the city, like here's an important city, this is what the villagers look like, this, that, and the other thing. I think that's going to be most helpful. And you might just get overvoted, and I'll be like, I don't really care what you say. I'm doing World Building Wednesday.
In watercolor.
I'm not doing it in watercolor. You do it in watercolor.
Oh, you want to learn watercolor.
Yeah, I do, and I am learning watercolor.
A better way to do it than to just jump in.
That's what I did. It's like, that's what I did. Thank you very much.
3x plus x squared.
I need to do this one again.
Oh, no.
I'm literally going through like just random with my world building folder.
No, this is untrue.
It is so very true. What are you talking about?
Not you. Negative infinity.
Oh my, did you just say negative infinity?
Yeah, negative infinity to 0, union 0 to infinity.
How about no?
I kept writing the sum from the wrong things and I was getting angry.
I mean,
Because this unit isn't even hard, it's just pay attention and I hate to pay attention
look.
when it's boring.
Oh, that's right. This is my Wacom Ninja. It started off as this guy, but it turned into a lady towards the end.
Cool. Sorry, I couldn't see from where it was
I
sitting.
know. And I love my little design. See, you know what? I started something with these. It was a series with Wacom that we did for character design, and ew, this song is still poop.
You hate this one.
I do. It's a really stupid song. I don't like it. I mean, it's not stupid. It's just I don't like it. But I have this process that I do that I've been sharing with my students, and I love it, right? Because it's just real quick, real easy, able to do like a build, right? See, this is what I'm going to be doing. But, you know, it's like, all right, I know I want to draw a woman. Okay, probably like this. Maybe if we did tighter clothes, because I had an idea of what it was. Like they're cold, they're in the cold, they're doing this, and blah blah. And a story develops as I'm actually designing and getting closer and closer to the design that I want. It's like, oh, would they do this? Would they wear pants? Would they do this? Would they do that? What am I going to change here? And it was little itty bitty changes after a while. And it's like, oh, well, maybe we'll put a design on her arm. We'll add some beads, and most people might not even see it. Right, from one to the next, but I see it. I know what I was doing. I love this process. It's like, and nobody can take it away from me. Nobody.
I'm so bad at dividing fractions.
I'm so glad I don't have to do the math that you do. So super excited.
My last year, I swear, of this math. Because you know what? You know what college algebra is? A downgrade.
See, I'm gonna have to start doing these again. I like this blue. It's a nice little sketch blue. I like that blue.
Yep.
I'm gonna put it in my swatches. See, I want to. There used to be a. Had it. Sketch blue. Awesome. What? Your library cannot be modified because it is read-only library. Okay. I don't care, but it's right there. That's all I care. That's all I care about. There's my color. Awesome. What environments did we do? Oh. Oh, look at that. I remember that too. Look at that building. Look at that building. Yeah. Oh yeah. This finished one. I need to come back and fake. Look at her. Yeah. That's what's up. And I love. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Not necessarily you. I'm just saying. Look at that. It looks like a giant guardian. Right, overseeing it, and then I like the fact that. So the idea about this was that
That's cool.
the idea was that they were fighting, right? And her and her clan were really trying to protect the secrets that are hidden. Like she belongs to one of the ancient tribes that are out there and has a lot of secrets that they try not to give to the public, right? And they were in a battle because someone was trying to get these secrets from them and they were losing. And she released, like she was trying to save people, but released so much of this ice power that not only did it stop the other people, but it also impaled pretty much everybody from her tribe. And the ice went through the shrine and everything, and so she's the only one left of her group, and so she just stays there by herself to protect. I didn't look at that. See, I need to come in and actually give her full color treatment. But anyway, I was like, look at that, me and environments. What? I think I placed her in there. Yep, I put her in there solely for size comparison. You have to learn to draw some ice better. Come back to that. Strange. Oh. Oh, thanks, Don. So I love how I can see the people here, like always, right? Twitch tells me I have so many people, but there's more running around in the stream. It's really funny. But look at that. I don't have to post that. I love this. I forgot I had that. And then my insane self doing the turnaround. Did I ever? I did. Look. Oh my. Look. Look at how many guidelines. What is wrong with me?
No, I don't get it. Why there's so many guidelines?
What is wrong with me?
Oh, that's a lot. That's a little excessive.
Shut up.
No.
Oh, well, okay. So when you zoom in, though, let's see. What is that one? That's for the bottom of the hood. This is for the top of the circle. This one is... I don't know. I don't know what that one's guiding to. Then that one right there is for the top. I said the top of that circle. I guess this one is for the edge of where that's. Yeah, that's for the point of that square. That's the top of the hood. Oh my goodness! And some of them ain't even lined up to anything. I think I might have too many lines here. That's funny. See? And here's what's funny. Based on how I have, because okay, so look at this. It's funny how you can really mess with a person's perception. So you see this character, right? So before, if I did this, right? Don't need this one. This one's not here. Okay, so you see this, right? You see this character. Looks long, right? Looks elongated. But then if we get rid of that, so we see this person, right? And then you get rid of the color. You see how it still lines up, right? It's literally, let's see, this one. So it's literally, right? But because I put this up so high, it makes it look like, it's like, oh, well, that's their waist. So now it's like, oh, wow, your legs are extremely long. It's like, nope. It's actually the fact that I placed the weight, instead of putting the waist like by the belt, I put it up here.
Yeah.
And so it literally looks like she has an elongated legs. But doesn't. Ninja magic. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with ninja magic for that one. Oh look, I've got another scammer. I love my scammers. So I had someone who was like, I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw your work and it's absolutely stunning. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Is any of it for sale? I'm like, sure. What caught your eye? And it was one of the watercolors. I'm like, okay. Then it was one of my digital pieces, which is clearly digital because it was a video of me showing that it was digital. And the other one was a commission that I did at this convention. And I'm like, And then they're like, I'm willing to give you 2 ETH, some cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And I'm like, And I hadn't said anything because I was at a convention. And now they're like, hello. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're a scammer. Because regular humans know that other humans have stuff to do. Hello. That happened to me. It happened to me once before. They wanted me to do a commission for them of their kid. And I'm like, I don't feel too. I don't know you, and you kind of came out of nowhere. Now you're asking me to draw your kid, and they're like, here, I'm gonna send you a picture. I'm gonna send you a picture, and it was a regular kid, but I'm like, And then they hit me with, can I pay you with Zelle? No, you cannot. They're like, but I'm like, no, sorry, I don't do that. They're like, it's easy. It's real easy to set up, and you don't have to do anything. You can just do this, that, and I'm like, nope, sorry, don't do that. I just don't. They're like, but I mean, what if you? No, sorry. Like, nope, sorry, still don't do that. I like her. She's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to obviously have to draw her now. Get back to my character design stuff. Oh, sidebar. Another artist I follow on Instagram gets hit with the kid drawing all the time. Oh, really? He also gets draw my kid pet scam. My kid's pet scam? I mean, sometimes it's cool when you're just like, oh, look, someone, you're like, oh, cool. It looks like every time I get hit with it now, I always click on the profile because I'm like, let's see if you're an actual person. And then it's like, oh, you have 2 pictures. This one and one other that you created yesterday. Yeah, no. I was looking and I got to changes need to be made or changes, and they were about to square off, and then I saw a headline as I came into stream today, so I didn't see it, but I know what happened. Like, it's weird. So I actually saved the segment because I want to see what happened, but didn't he turn on Jimmy? Consequences need changes, right? And I thought when I was watching that part, I was like, oh man, is he gonna beat up? He's gonna try and kill Roman, even though he's on hiatus. I hear he's gonna take some much needed break. Yeah, Jimmy's out of the bloodline, right? And they got what, Tommy Tonga? Memory serves me right, if that's what I read. And bringing someone over from New Japan. Tama Tonga, okay. So, okay, hear me out. So he's out, right? Got betrayed. So he got betrayed, right? Are we gonna get Jimmy and Jay back together? Like the big forgiveness tour? And then they become the best tag team ever again? Again? Because I would be okay with the best tag team ever again. Redemption arc. Yes, see? I can do storytelling, I promise. I storytell, I promise. That mid-match betrayal on Jay during WrestleMania. Yeah, that's true. That's true. This week saying I won $1,000 on the Powerball. What? I told my wife that's amazing. I don't have to play Powerball to win the Powerball. I'm like, I didn't know that they contacted you to tell you that you won. And they're like, hey, congratulations, you won. Like, wait, really? How do you... What? Are you sure? Who are you? I'm sorry. Okay, not that. So I'm going to... So I have a group of ninjas that I had from college, right? And they were called the Triad. They were the most... they were the most feared of the hired assassins, so the hired ninja in the Empire. And it's my nod to Lone Wolf and Cub. If you've read that series, there was a series where they were on a boat, like they're these three brothers, the Brothers of Death, that were contracted to escort the prince across, and they knew that the Lone Wolf was going to come and try and stop them. And so this was my nod, and it was myself and two of my good friends, right? And each one of us was going to have a power, right? So mine was wind, one was earth, and one was fire, right? So this was me. I can't even believe... I don't know where I found these images. So this was me. Now you gotta remember, this is undergrad, so there's some anatomy issues, and like how do those shoulders turn that way? By the way, they don't. And how does whatever the hell is going on here on this thing, whatever this thing is, how does that work with your shoulder? Like, form follows function was thrown out of the window when it came to this design. It was like, whatever. But I'm like, all right, I kind of like, the blue and the skull and stuff. Like, I can make this work. And then, but, oh man, looking back at this, and then what? This is the problem with going back to your like old stuff and just looking at it, but like, what is that? What the hell is what that's not, what is that? Some devil horns on top of some armor? Like, what is that? It makes no sense. And then was this me trying to be like a tech thing? Like, what is this weird design? And I know I saw this somewhere on someone else's like design in comics and was like, oh yeah, let's put that crap on look at that. It's on everything for no reason. But this shoulder, how it's not attached. It's not attached to anything. Or armor saying no, it was a design. A design. No, it was a design. There's no function to that. There was no separation and like, oh, these are, this allows the armor to like shift and move. No. It's stupid. Oh yeah. Might be one of my first redesigns to redesign this guy. Because he deserves better. So I like creating these extra characters because obviously I want to further the story and it can keep going for as long as necessarily needed and all that kind of good stuff, right? So I create all these extra characters just to have potential stories further down the road, right? So I want to redesign all of them. And then, so this was my Blind Earth guy. And now if I release him as a Blind Earth guy, they're all going to be like, oh, you made this guy after Toph. It's like, no. Because this was before Avatar: The Last Airbender came out. And once again, I think that Toph is such a better character because she doesn't wear shoes because she needs to feel the ground, which makes sense, right? That makes sense. And I have big weapon zero type boots on his feet.
Maybe he's like those people, those weirdos who are like, I'm never wearing shoes again. And then, but the establishments are like, you have to wear shoes if you want to come in here. So they cut the soles out of their shoes. So they just have the top of the shoes. Like they have a blanket shoe, right, but they're barefoot under there.
They're barefoot underneath.
That's what's happening.
But look, there's clearly soles there. Like big ones.
He's just good at hiding.
He's good at hiding them.
Yeah.
And then, oh my goodness, look at this. What is that? It's not even like so the knee, it's off. It's off. Why is it off? That doesn't make, it's not even centered. It's supposed to be like, oh my goodness. And then it's not even, we don't even get like a leg, kind of like a leg portion thing. It just goes, it's just straight. It's just straight. It makes no sense. Yeah, well, then again, Marvel has Spider-Man wearing kicks in his later costume despite needing proper control. Yeah. But okay, so here's the thing. So I've told people that he made himself despite not being able to see color. When I do now, at least now that I've done it professionally and I have a book too that talks about character design and stuff like that, when I go and teach character design, one of the things that I try and tell people is, okay, there are designs out there that are great for aesthetics, right? They look great, or they should look great. But the thing is that how does that work? Like, form follows function, right? We should do form follows function. Why not? Like, we need to make this work. And you get one because it's cool. And I don't mean one character because it's like per character. It's per series. You get one because it's cool. Everything else you should have an answer for. And, before, with this guy, I was like, okay, Earth. It's all about Earth, right? And so I'm like, okay, he can just control Earth, like, when he wants to, and then stuff like that. And it was like, all right, that's fine. I understand that. But now, after seeing more things, like Toph, going, well, you'd want your character to be more controlled into things because you could feel the dirt, right? Like, you could feel the ground. Like, that makes sense. So if I'm going to make an Earth person, they're going to be barefoot. Like, that just makes sense. So, like, he has to be redesigned. Also, he's got all this, this was definitely in my Joe Benitez Weapon Zero days. Because look at the like, thigh tech? What? Why? Why? And then just seeing some of this is so bad. Because he's bare-chested, but then over one pectoral and half down the side. This is the side that got cold. Because it needed some cloth on that side of his body. It doesn't hold anything. It's absolutely useless. It's so stupid. Hey, how does Matt know to make his costume dark colors without being able to see? His first costume was yellow. Daredevil's first costume was bright yellow. I mean, I think that checks out. He didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Then maybe someone was like, you know how the superheroes always get friends somehow, and maybe one of his friends was like, yo man, do you know that as a person who fights in the dark, it's a little counterintuitive for you to be wearing canary bright yellow? And he's like, yellow? What are you talking about? I thought I had black. He's like, nah man, that's yellow. What's up, Damon, what's going on? I'm having way too much fun today. Destroying my own designs. Next, Netflix has Melvin Porter make his see. I still doing it. Yeah, man. I just finished my. I finished all the art for the graphic novel that's gonna be coming out. Respect from Homefield's. I just finished that, and so now I'm looking through my folders, and I'm going, all right, what am I doing? I want to redesign some of my old characters from college that I just found, and just looking back, I know why I did it, because it was when I was influenced by a certain creator, and so I was like, I'm gonna add all this stuff because it's gonna be cool. Looking back on it now, as an actual character designer, it's like, wow, those were all bad choices. This is all stupid. Look, okay. But even the Sports Ninja thing he was doing before that, how do you know to get black sweats and pants? I don't know. Because people don't think about like the functionality of what's happening. For instance, Earthman, Earth. Remember, we're still Earth. Why is he wearing gloves? Wouldn't he want to be able to put his hands in the earth if he needed them? Like there was no thought. There was zero thought put into the actual design of these characters. Like zero thought. It was just, what's gonna be cool? What's cool? Yeah, this will be cool. And it's like, okay. Like, why does he have a stick? Why?
Because he's art.
What? Because he's what?
Earth.
So he has a stick?
Yeah.
He's hurt, so he has a stick?
Yeah, sticks are from the earth.
Oh, because he's Earth.
Yeah.
But, I mean, okay, but look at the big ass 6 toothpick.
Yeah.
Going on. Why? Why would he need both? Why would he need both?
It's deception. He throws the stick at you first, and then you're like, why the hell did you throw a stick at me? And then he stabs you to death. I mean, it's to confuse you.
Because if he had 2 sticks, it would make sense. Because then he'd be fighting with both sticks. They're not even the same lengths. They're completely. You cannot use both of these weapons. You cannot use them at the same time.
What?
That one weapon is clearly a 2-handed weapon. Clearly a 2-handed weapon. Why does he have a stick? It's so stupid. That's why you need a weekly series called He's Dead. That's true. No, but see, it's one thing for me to constantly just to like go back and look at like my old, like finding old designs like this and then just completely ripping it to shred. I was in college. Now granted, I hadn't made the jump to being a character design until after I graduated undergrad, but there was, you know what I mean? There was something there that you were like, hey, you're gonna be a character designer. And I knew that because I liked making characters, but I put zero thought into the idea of character design and what goes into it. And I have to say, my teachers really didn't push the idea of making characters that actually made sense, no matter how fantastical they are. Because your rants are hilarious. I just don't. Maybe if I sent stuff in, I don't know, because like I said, it's easy for me to destroy my stuff and not feel bad about it. Like, you know what I mean? It's real easy to do that. It's real easy to do that. But like, if you gave me something, or if Hernandez gave me something, like it would become way more professional. Right? And like, okay, well, this doesn't make sense, and you'd have to do this in order to make that happen, and this is why you should do this and you should do that. It would never be to the extent of me looking at my own work, ever. Like, I literally saw a video about this. Cable had way too many. Well, okay, so Rob Liefeld Cable, that man had pockets on top of pockets that were inside of pockets. And the thing is with most comics, those design choices, they're never used. They're never ever used. Ever. And so it's just like, I have pockets. Why? Because I have pockets. And it's like, you could just play a superhero game where Batman, Superman, Spider-Man killed people, and then a combination of who those guys die. That's true. That's true. I remember when they released the first like really cool Spider-Man game in the last couple of years, and he flung himself at one of the like henchmen. So you know he's the person who like steals people. Steals people's wallet, right? And he drop kicked this dude off of a skyscraper. I'm like, oh yeah, and he's the superhero. That man's dead. He didn't even try and save him. He just kicked him and killed him. And was like, nah, you dead. Or when Batman strapped a bomb onto a person and then kicked him down the well.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, you dead too. Because pouches equal military. Not that many. But come on, Cable got way too many pouches. Are my characters influenced by 90s fighting? Yeah, my characters are still influenced by 90s fighting characters. But these specific three that I'm showing, like this one, this is the first one, and this one, are 100% inspired by Joe Benitez Weapon Zero armor designs. Now that I saw it again, I was like, oh my goodness, that's what this is. Like this belt. Look at this belt. What is that? That is a tire hose with some expanding accordion cable. Like this, what is this? I still think about how the only thing you could think about the entire time was how dead all the movies. They were super dead. They were super. I felt bad for them because Spider-Man was like super killing them. He's not the person you would think that would just murk people like that. And look at this lonely suspender. I want you. Look. Like why? What is this? Why does that exist? Why? This is it's not holding up anything. It's not and this is just a drawing issue, right? That's not even it's already looping down, so it's not even holding up the armor piece that it's supposed to be holding up. Wow. this. I feel bad for my friend who I designed this guy for. It's horrible. And look at this. Look at, I didn't even, like, I'm sure when I designed that, I didn't even think about it. But if you look, right, this part connects to the hip. And it's connected through the hip, right? So he can't bend his right leg at all.
Oh.
He can't sit. He couldn't sit. If he wanted to. He could not sit.
You know,
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to redesign him. he deserves better. And then this is my fire guy. Or not. Maybe not. Uh-oh. No. Just didn't want to load it. Okay. Oh, wow. Photoshop is so ashamed that it won't even load the fire guy. Oh, there we go.
that's good.
And it's like, so ashamed he won't load the fire. The fire guy made a little bit more sense. A little, not much, but a little bit. Although this armor piece was not thought out at all. Like, I think the silhouette for this character will work based on this kind of armor topper that's there. Alright, I think that would work, but how does he fight? How does he fight with his hands? How? The armor is not segmented in a way for him to move like this at all. The actual movement part is underneath this part. So unless and now looking at it, I could probably fake it. So unless the armor piece came around like that at the top, so that there was the ball, so it's kind of like a ball and socket joint, then I guess. But considering there's no straps or anything to indicate that it's on top of anything, we're gonna go with nah. I didn't think that. He talks through his problems. I doubt it. Oh man, look at that. Oh my goodness, look at how far apart this dude's eyes are. They look like this. He got hit in the head with a brick and it stayed. It's so bad. And then what is this jigsaw puzzle armor? Skip, help me out. What in the world was I thinking? That's so bad. And this stupid segmenting design thing is so weird. It's so weird. And then I think it was style of shading and stuff you were referencing, maybe. I mean, you know what? Maybe. But man, I'm glad I grew out of whatever the heck that is. What were you having during college? Fun? I mean, I guess that's relative. I thought I was having fun. But when I was in undergrad, I was definitely killing myself. I had 3 jobs. I was part of the student government. I was the president of 2 sequential clubs, 2 different types of sequential clubs. And then I tried to start my own studio with a bunch of college people. So, I mean, I guess that it's, you know, dependent on how you want to see fun. I'm pretty sure I was, not the fun I meant. Oh. How much fun? Oh, none. I was having none fun. None fun. I was trying to not stink as an artist, but I wasn't asking the right questions. So I spent all my time doing crap like this. Going, look at me, aren't I awesome? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so anyway, long story short, we're going to be redesigning these people. Watching too many Ninja 3 the Domination to have fun in a new way. Exactly. Ninja 3 the Domination combo pack. I might have to listen to the commentary. Oh, by the way, another little tidbit of Ninja 3 the Domination history is that the police precinct that they were at was an actual Arizona police precinct, and so they didn't even like create a fake one. They literally just were like, hey, can we borrow your precinct? And so they had to wait till after like regular hours to go and film in the precinct, and a lot of the people who were in the background were actually police officers. They're just like, man, you're already dressed. Do you wanna be in a movie? You can be police officer number 8. Oh, and so I try to do something fun, like try to do something fun when I do stupid groups and stuff like that, like some grace too. Everyone's dumb in college. That's true. I always want to do some type of like hidden, not necessarily hidden, but a hidden Easter egg. So, because I always knew that I wanted to do an art book, like I wanted to do a coffee table art book one day about just this stuff, right? And so this one was really stupid. It is, but it isn't. But it was, so my ninjas were earth, wind, and fire. And I was like, I thought it was so clever. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna reference the band by making an earth, wind, and fire group of ninjas. Yes. I'm just now unlearning overdoing form follows function. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you gotta give yourself some leeway somewhere. And you're like, yeah, okay, that wouldn't technically work, but and you know who's a perfect example of that? Yeah, that probably can't work. Would be Colossus. Is that the name of a fearsome drug cartel? No, we'll just start a new movie. American Ninja 5. Earth, Wind, and Fire. But Colossus always made me laugh as a character because he's got metal arms. How do they move? Because at first I think they've since retconned it somehow about talking about how the metal is something special, like a special kind of metal. But back in the day, it was just like, yeah, man, he's got metal arms. It's cool. And then Cyber, who has adamantium arms, I'm like, okay, how does that work? And they're like, shut up, kid. It's cool. And you're like, oh, okay. I can buy that. But X-Men kept hitting me with because it's cool, because it's cool, because it's cool way too many times. Or how Cyclops can both run out of energy but also can't turn off his eyes. Wait, he can run out of energy? I thought the whole point was like if he goes outside, he has to wear those red glasses because it's constantly reflecting laser beams back into his eyes. Right? And that's how it stays safe, because it has enough whatever to shoot it back, so the beam just kind of constantly is hitting him in the face, or well, in the eyeballs. And the visor, and it's funny how sometimes, you know, they kind of retcon the whole idea about how the visor works, but that's why he always had to touch it. He always had to touch the the visor in order to shoot his beam because it was like opening up the floodgate, right? So he'd touch it and go, psh, and then when he let go, it would stop the thing and it would reflect back into his eyeballs. A refractory period. But he can also run out of energy, stamina, if he sustains it for too long. Really? I did not know that. Like Spider-Man when he runs out, spewing so much bodily fluid. What happens if he runs out has never been shown. Interesting. I mean, because sometimes he'd be doing some really big super blasts. Like, annihilate mountains and stuff. I just thought those were his eyes. Like, he couldn't... It wasn't a source that could be depleted. The things you learn. So I found this picture from a long time ago when this guy Andrew from Florida tattooed my work onto his body. He's got 3 of my tattoos. I had pictures of the other ones, but I don't know what happened. But this is from my robots. Look at the Dark Legacy robot. Right? And I was at Florida, and he came by once, and he had 1 tattoo. I'm like, whoa, that's really cool. Then he came back the next year. He's like, I got another one. I'm like, holy crap. Like, he would buy the original to take to the tattoo artist to get tattooed.
That's cool.
And then the 3rd year, he's like, yeah, I got 1 more. And this huge shoulder back tattoo. That's so crazy. I'm like, oh my goodness. That made me happy. Stupid stuff. We had to be perpetually an energy machine. Yeah. Downside to being around so long, everyone keeps finding new ways to explain why things are and why they are. Yeah. Like how Superman got so powerful, peeps wondered how Kryptonians are even inconvenienced by their planet blowing up. Nah. So red sun versus yellow sun radiation. And see, and honestly, I think that I love how stories can keep going. Like, I love an idea of an ongoing story, but your ongoing story, like, I think Kirkman kind of has the idea, right? Like, he has an ongoing story, but he introduces new people again and again and again, and it's not an introduction and then they just go away. Even if people don't like them, he keeps them there, and then eventually they are what's left. And so it's just like, okay. And so you can continue the story of like The Walking Dead and constantly have new people, and I think that's cool. Like, that's kind of what I want to do with Ninja Empire. Like, I want to be able to continue the story of the planet of Ninja Empire, but people are gonna die, and time moves on, and I think that's going to be what can keep the stories fresh, is because it's not going to forever be contingent on the fact, like, if people are like, man, I really liked fill in the blank character, it's like, oh, well, we got to keep them alive because that's my bread and butter. It's like, no, I have a story, I have an overarching story for all the main characters of Ninja Empire right now. And when that story is over, they'll probably all be dead. Right? They're ninjas trying to kill each other. So they're probably all going to die. But the people that they meet on the way and trying to help, or they did something for, or they punished someone and then they had a kid who came after them, you know what I mean? So it's like, the story will continue, the world will keep going, and you will either like characters or hate characters. And then if it's like, oh my goodness, the Ninja Rooster, right? Like, oh, I really want the Ninja Rooster, and it's like, okay, how about we do a side story? Like, we can have that next continuation and be like, here's the stories of this person, like their history that happened in their time, something like that. Because I hate stories where nobody gets old, everyone stays the same age, and yet we keep getting the exact same stories over and over and over again. You know, just like, I don't get rid of this person. I think that's why Miles Morales was so interesting when he first showed up. Right? When he first showed up and he had powers, you know, and he was dealing with stuff. He was, you know, it was different. I think, right? It was like, okay, it's different. But then we couldn't have Miles Morales, a new type of character facing different type of challenges because he's not a white guy. And then they're like, oh yeah, but we got to have Peter Parker. Like, it's not going to sell unless we have actual Peter Parker there. And it's like, now we're going to get the same thing again. It's the same thing again and again and again. And I'm like, this is stupid. So, I don't know. Yeah. You know? Sorry, Sue Storm power creep. But sometimes fans can obsess over the minute a little too much. Like, what kills a vampire? Yeah, it's sunlight. Whatever you want for that particular... Yeah. Oh, that's true, you know? Or who's writing the story? What kills a vampire? Well, whatever the story writer said. It could be something that never killed them before, but now in your story it does. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just make everything in Ninja Empire a wrestling storyline. Done. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it has, you know, like, I have this master arc, and then we get the crescendo, and then it's over. New Moon, that championship belt is mine! I mean, that pretty much every character these days. It's true. Marvel needed to commit the way DC had with the Flash family in the 90s, yep. But no one wants to commit anymore. No, they always just keep going back to what has worked or never leaves. You know, it's like, it's working. Why would we change it? Because it's not about it's not about story anymore. It's about keeping the merch flowing. You know, and that's cool. I mean, great. But you know, I think the craziest thing that may have been missed in Into the Spider-Verse is the fact that when they introduced everyone's character, while there was like these minute changes, everyone had the same story. And they're just like, okay, you've heard this before. But it's literally everybody has the exact same story, but instead of, you know, my Uncle Ben, it was my best friend. If it wasn't that, you know, and it was like, okay. Like, before that, because I didn't read Spider-Man, right? Like, I knew of Spider-Gwen, I knew of Spider-Man Noir, you know, like, I knew of these other characters, but I didn't actually know them. And then when they placed that right in front of me, like, here you go. You're right. And I don't know if people picked up on that in the sense that, holy crap, we're just getting the same story rehashed again and again and again. And the Marvel was just like, here you go. Here you actually go. I just caught in this comment in the trailer for the Chat GPT rewrite the Crow for 2024. Oh my goodness. Like how when the Justice League cartoon came out and no one was but hurt that Wally West and Jon Stewart were Flash and Green Light. Yep. In fact, they went over so well that peeps were salty when Barry Allen and Hal Jordan were brought back. Exactly. Like Green Lantern and Flash Rebirth were probably the worst things that happened to DC Comics in hindsight. I think the New 52 was the worst thing that happened. To be honest, when they reset the universe because they're like, we don't know what to do with our characters anymore, so they're like, we're gonna start over from zero. That story, yeah. But that led to... Oh, okay. But that story was a marketing ploy. That was it. They're like, ooh, we can sell a whole bunch of zeros, you know, issue 1s again. We can try and make some money off of doing all these variants for issue 1 because we're starting the world over again. And you're like... Okay, let's see where it goes. And where did it go? It went right back to the same thing, just with armored people. It was stupid. But people loved it. People loved it. The only time when I liked it when they brought people back was when they did the Blackest Night, right? When we got to see Necron for the first time, and and they were dealing, like, everyone was becoming zombies, like everyone was becoming black. It was becoming Black Lanterns, and they had Black Lantern Superman and Wonder Woman and Batman. And I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. They were bringing people back. And then the White Lantern needed to be created, and when the White Lantern came about, it just was like, here's, like, it brought back certain people. And I'm like, okay, this could be interesting, because they're bringing back people who you didn't think they were supposed to bring back. And I even saw articles about it, and they're like, we never thought that they would have brought this character back. Like, why would they bring that character back? Or why would they bring this character? And I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting, right? But there was a purpose that brought all these people, like a godly purpose that brought all these people back, instead of, I just wanted to bring these characters back because money. So, I don't know. It could have been great. It could have been great. Give us all kinds of new... And I know that most people are like, yeah, but they keep bringing new characters and then they don't like them, or there's something wrong about it. I'm like, I know, but like Skip said, nobody's willing to commit and be like, look, you did this. Do it. You know? Like, do it. Stick with it. Stick with your guns. But they don't want to deal with the fallout. Like when Captain America was Hydra. Man, I remember when that dropped and people were pissed that the art team were getting like death threats because how dare you make Captain America a Nazi, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, do you know what the storytelling is on this one? Is like, you need to now go back and read all of these Captain America books from way back in the day with the lens of he's a plant. Like, he was a Hydra agent from the get. And then from that moment on, they could tell us why he defeated this person. What was put into place that made that worth it? Why didn't he lose? What, you know, and you're like, oh, my mind was going crazy with the possibilities that were going to happen. Within 2 issues, they're like, oh, he's a clone. I'm like, man, don't... What? Yeah, I was so sad when that happened. I'm like, come on, man. Like, that opportunity was... Yes, they were catching heat, because how dare you mess with Captain America? How dare you? How dare you? But I'm like, come on. All right, sorry. You guys were typing in chat. Let me see what we were like. And then brought Helljar, and then they keep bringing people back, like in the crisis, but still acknowledge that there was a pre-crisis. Yeah, okay. And that people were dead, gone because of crisis. Yeah, they should. I mean, you should acknowledge it. Once Jeff Johns started tossing out crises like candy, it was actually reboots to bring back people. Yeah. So far, the MCU has remained true to the post-snap deaths, right? No. There's only certain people who... Oh, well, let's see. Did they? No. There's only one. There's only... What's her name is dead, for sure. Black Widow. But I thought... see, it's been a while, and I only watched it once, and it was so long. But I thought that they were able to get everyone back. I mean, because Spider-Man... No, he didn't... Yeah, Spider-Man came back. Like, everyone came back. If memory serves me, everyone came back. But also, Blackest Night is a direct follow-up to Rebirth that is acknowledged in the story. I think the secret Nick Spencer didn't think that through. Cool idea, but too much to really think about how that could work. Yeah, that's fair. Also, Sam Wilson should have been the one to beat Evil Steve, right? Rather than sort of right. That would have been the best way to just introduce Sam Wilson as Captain America. Like the best way. Yes. Okay. So yeah, if you're talking about Iron Man and Black Widow, then yes. But everyone else who were Snapdola, they came back. It was time cloned and Vision was rebuilt. Yeah. And Loki is time cloned too, according to the Loki show. Yeah. So they found ways around it. Again. It's like, again.
Again is crazy.
Like, again. But yeah, if they were, you know what I mean? Like if they were really trying to push the idea that you had to rethink all of the previous stories and just think about how the fans could have went crazy with different stories on how he was a Hydra agent and he was doing this. Remember the great winds? And it's like, okay, but why? And you could have even wrote that into the new stuff where it's like, remember when this happened? And then literally reference old pages and you get to read. Like you could have literally took the old pages and reprinted them. And they're like, remember when this happened? And then they explain why they did that, why they let that happen, what was planted, what was the purpose. Could have been great. Like it could have been an ongoing story that lasted for who knows how long. But then, yeah, you have Sam Wilson come in and he's the one who can beat him. Because evil clone is the same as good Steve Rogers. So they should have been evenly matched and no one should have been able to win. And then enters Sam Wilson and then he wins and then, you know, Steve and then old Captain America, he goes, you know what, maybe it's time for me to move on because clearly I can't beat the threat. And then maybe he, like, because at one point when he was old man, when they made him old, or when his serum stopped working and he became old, and then he just became like a Nick Fury kind of character. And I was like, all right, I can see that. Have him stuck in the big room giving out orders and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, I can do that. But then he became Captain America again, and I'm like, ugh, stop it. You have something cool happening, and then you just snatch it away. You're like, oh, we'll just go back to regular Captain America. It's like, the fans don't want to take responsibility for curing what gets made by spending responsibility. Oh yeah, no, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. Like, I can't even stress how right you are on that. Oh, permanent death for specific characters because of an actor tied to the role. Mandala, you are absolutely right. When the actor's like, yeah, I'm done, they're like, all right, we'll kill you. And that's it. They're just like, all right, cool, you're dead. Don't even worry. Like, I love Black Panther, but T'Challa got over because he appeared in Captain America first. Yep. If Black Panther had been released as a standalone, I don't think peeps would have been as receptive. Really? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. That's a good perspective to really think about. I don't know. Similarly, I love Spider-Verse, but don't forget that even though Miles was the main character, there are 6 different Peter Parkers in the first one. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't necessary. It was a story about Miles, but most people came in for like Spider-Gwen and whatever Peter D. Parker. I forgot what syllable he had. You know, peeps wanted to see how Peter died. Yeah, you know, and it was like, all right. Once again, hey, oh, guess what? You can't do it without us. And you're like, oh man. But I mean, I have to say, I like Into the Spider-Verse. I thought it was a great story. You know, like, I think it was a great story. It did have a lot of support. I did. Yeah, that's why people got into Miles. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I mean, look at us. We're all here waiting, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, you know that writer strike and stuff, and all that good stuff. Yeah, we're gonna push it back even further." It's like, He's like Spider-Verse Miles because he's not Peter Parker. Like he is in everything that's not Spider-Verse. Yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering how Fantastic Four will do this time around. I don't think it's quite the cross appeal for Superman he's talking about in other movies that I remember. Yeah. So, in all honesty, there was a trailer for Fantastic Four. I think it was supposed to be the last one. And they kind of treated them going off into space and getting, messed up. And I think even Victor Von Doom was on the ship in some way or something, and he, they treated it as though it was a science fiction thriller / horror movie, right? At least in the trailer, they made it look like it was going to be this dark, gritty sci-fi movie, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is the Fantastic Four that I want. It's a science movie with crazy, like, oh, this is going to be fantastic. And then of course that is not at all what we got in that Fantastic Four movie. But I think that if they treated it like a science fiction, like thriller or science fiction horror movie, like Aliens or something like that, it'd be fantastic.
What?
You came in walking weird.
What were you talking about?
Fantastic Four.
Oh, more like
It's totally
Fantastic Snore.
back.
Good night.
Bye. Fantastic. The one with Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm. Yeah. Because like I said, the trailer made me want to watch it. Made me want to watch it so bad. But when watching it was very disappointed. It needs to be the Thanos that found. Yes. Yes, I agree. He should be. Yes, 100%. But he's not. He's not. It shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. But who else are they gonna fight? That's what they fight. You know what I mean? They fight Doctor Doom. The crazy part. So not the Michael B. Jordan one, but the one before that, which was awful. The thing looked like a putty man. It was awful, right? But the one thing that upset me the most, right? Millions of dollars spent on this movie, special effects, all kinds of things. And they couldn't get a snap for the helmet and the hood. So that no matter what happened, Doctor Doom always had his hood up. They couldn't do that. And every time, like, he just turned around, his hood came off. And I'm like, A, your suit is not cool enough. It doesn't look cool enough to be without a hood. And I'm like, one snap, one button, right? $3 max would have made Doctor Doom so much cooler because his hood stayed up the whole time. But no. I love how Wildstorm pre-DC merger, treated their version of Wildstorm was one of the best superhero universes, and it feels criminal that DC trashed it for the new. Yeah, well, that DC. That's the thing. It's like this is what was working, and that's it. Like this worked. We like our characters, and it doesn't matter that we bought this out. I thought they are now building to Doctor Doom instead of Kang. Oh, interesting. But they, I mean, and I know that it's a problem, but they were building up to Kang so much. Now it's like, sorry, actor's a problem.
Okay. Who's Kang?
I don't remember what his name is.
What's he from? Is it also
Oh,
Fantastic
Kang?
Four?
Oh, it's from DC. He's one of the new big bads that threatens to destroy the multiverses.
Oh.
Because that's what's up. Multiverse disruption seems to be all the rage now. Yeah. I mean, plus Jim Lee don't care. Jim Lee got money. Jim Lee doesn't care. And then what? He became like the man over at DC. Yeah, you don't care. It's like whatever. I made my money. I don't care. Whew, man, convention tried to kick my butt. Rendered videos, what are these? What are my next 3 conventions? So in 2 weeks, I'm going to PlannerCon here in DC. So I have a couple planners that I made. It's a local show, and apparently some artists did really, really well because they had stickers, and I have a bunch of stickers. So I have some planners that I made, and I'm gonna be bringing my character design sheets, and hope to sell that and see how that's gonna work. And then after that, I'm supposed to have something on Free Comic Book Day. I was approached. I haven't heard anything about it since then. So that might not be a thing. But then after that, it's Tidewater Comic Con in May 18th in Virginia Beach. And then I've got T-Con in July 19th and 20th, also in DC. I have a lot of stuff in the general DMV area. So... and then I think there's going to be a lot more like local shows like Fairfax Comic Con, and although I think last time, because I asked the showrunner about Fairfax Comic Con and it was during your birthday weekend, and so I didn't take it because it was your birthday. He offered me tables and stuff, and I was just like, that's during your... I can't do that. It's a birthday. I did not say AtlantaCon. Although I do need to look at Terrificon. I hear that that's the place to go. Might have to do it next year. Connecticut. Wait. Terrificon's in Connecticut? What? I thought it was... I don't know if that's right. Because they said it was in a casino.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't take you. You're not old enough. Terrificon. I thought it was in a casino. Maybe I got it wrong. In Las Vegas. Huh. Now I have to look for it because I was told that I needed to go to Terrificon, and it's in a casino. And people like going there and spending big money because it's in a casino. So people who have money go there to the casino. There was outside the window when you said the first convention. It's PlannerCon. My first convention is Oh, where's my earring? Is PlannerCon in DC, and then Tidewater, and then T-Con. It's now past time. Oh, okay. We gotta stop.
Yeah.
What? Don't jam me. Oh wait, so Terrificon Front Row Show was in Las Vegas. Interesting. I never heard of PlannerCon. I didn't either until not too long ago. But yeah, so but yeah, so thank you all for coming and hanging out and reminiscing on some of my older designs that we're going to be redesigning. Definitely was going to take it easy today. Also fixed all my pages, so they're all done. So next week I'm going to do all the lettering, and then I'm going to get a comp copy. I'm going to pay for that to see how it looks so that I can make sure everything's good before we really push off into the Kickstarter that's going to start in May. So I hope that you guys have a great evening, and you'll come back on Monday as we start probably redesigning these characters, because I really don't have anything to do. Maybe do a headshot or two so I can get some content to put up. But yeah, so thank you all so very much. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the conversation. The conversation was great today. Thank you so very much. And just remember, as always, born a ninja, die a ninja. And I will see you all on Monday. All right. See ya.
The Ninja Empire is supreme, dominant, and unstoppable. Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer